How you doing? I'm Top Notch Barbers, and today we will go over how to be a professional, right? Not just a professional barber, but just a professional, period. But before we go along with that, please like and subscribe to my channel to receive free game on how to be a successful barber or even a shop owner. I'm gonna give you game knowledge that I learned from my mentors, my teachers, people that I look up to, and just things that I learned along the way in my barbering career, right? Again, it's gonna be free content. So just like and subscribe to this channel and turn your notifications on. But yeah, how to be a professional, right? I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips that you can implement now today for free to be a professional barber. And with these small changes, you can start to see an increase in your retention rate, right? I know a lot of people want to focus on how can you bring more people in the door, how can I gain more clients and this and that, but they don't talk about the retention rate. You know, you can bring all the people in the door that you want, but if you don't know how to retain them, it's pointless. Because it's not just how good you can cut, it is deeper than that, right? So again, I'm gonna give you 3 quick tips that you can use today, use now to better yourself as a barber. First tip, how do you dress? I feel like that's number one. That's the most important thing that you can do, because that's how people perceive you. You know, that's how people look at you. You know, your appearance, how you dress. And with that, you gotta have clean clothes and clean shoes, right? No stains, not smelling funky, not looking dirty, none of that. You gotta have clean clothes, clean shoes. I'm not saying you gotta have the name brands or the stylish shoes or clothes, none of that. It's clean clothes, clean shoes. Start with that, right? No flip-flops. No flip-flops, no house shoes, no open-toe shoes. Even if you got socks on with your flip-flops, no flip-flops, right? That don't give a good professional appearance, image, or even feel or look, right? Again, we trying to be professionals, not just barbers. Professionals. Crocs is an exception, right? Because it's closed toe. It's a closed toe shoe. It's hard to decipher from Crocs or not. I don't wear them in the workplace. It don't fit the image that I'm going for, but it's a vague line with Crocs, you know. So I would say Crocs is an exception, but I wouldn't suggest it, you know. Again, we're going for a professional look, people to take you seriously, people to know that, hey, you're about your business, right? That's what we're going for, appearance. But if possible, you want to find a balance between comfort and style. Not all the stylish shoes or clothes is the most comfortable, because as a barber, you do want to be comfortable. We on our feet a lot of time throughout the day, cutting hair, having movement, things like that. So you want to have comfortable pants, you can move around, comfortable shoes to stand in, stuff like that. So when you're looking for these items that you probably already have in your closet, find a balance between comfort and style. Not more stylish and not more the comfort level. Because I know some barbers, they get on here and they be like, well, I don't want to wear stylish clothes or something like that. I go to work to be comfortable, right? But you want to be comfortable, right? But again, you gotta find that balance between comfort and style, because you're not going up there in night clothes. You don't want to go up there in sweatpants and flip flops because you feel comfortable. That's not how it goes, right? If you're trying to be a professional barber, build your clientele, have the people that go in coming back, and people take you seriously, you gotta take your appearance seriously. So yeah, moving forward, no cutoff shirts. We ain't going in with no white beaters, muscle shirts, even jersey. If you're gonna wear a jersey, like a basketball jersey, have a undershirt underneath. You know, you don't want your underarms all out, having in people's faces, whether you think you smell or not. It's just, that's nasty. And it just don't look professional. It don't. You know, I'm not saying don't wear no basketball jerseys, but just have a undershirt underneath. That's it. Right? Like I say, and you want to dress comfortable, but you gotta be intentional with how you dress. How you dress, again, is how people perceive you, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you think it's morally correct or not. You know, the game is to not only bring people into you, but to keep them coming, right? And you want to have a certain type of clientele. And to have that certain type of clientele, you got to hold yourself in a certain type of manner. You know? Tip number 2 is good hygiene. Right? Good hygiene. Why we got to talk about it? I don't know. But we got to talk about it because a lot of us lack good hygiene. And so that comes with make sure your body and your breath smell good. Right? Okay, you took a shower, you put deodorant on, you put cologne on, cool. That part good. Brush your teeth. And not even just brush your teeth. Have some mints or gum at your station for throughout the day. You know, because sometimes, you know, our breath get a little hot. You know, it is what it is. And not even after you eat, but even before you eat, your breath just get a little hot. You know, so when we be in people's faces, shaving, lining people up, we in their face. And a lot of time, we blowing our breath on not even knowing. Sometimes your breath can come out through your nose, right? So, but if you have some gum, some mints, anything at your station for throughout the day, you're good. You're good. You're winning. Having clean fingernails, right? Again, we work in people's faces. Yeah, you might have washed your hands. You might have put sanitizer on your hands. But when people see them dirty fingernails in their face, when you giving them a shave, when you on their lip, shaving their lip, or even lining them up with the trimmers, and they see dirty fingernails, guess what they gonna think? You're dirty. Yep, they're gonna think you're dirty. Cause your dirty fingernails is in their face. So clean your nails. Make sure they're clean. And the best way to keep them cleaner or not have to maintain them as much, keep them cut, keep them trimmed. And you know, I'm not saying you gotta walk around with nubs, but if you're gonna have some fingernails a little bit, you know, make sure they're clean. Easy. And don't smell like smoke. I'm not telling you to not smoke. I'm not telling you can't have your cigarette breaks or smoking breaks. Don't recommend it. I highly don't recommend it. But I'm not telling you not to do that. But if you do that, you got to make sure you're coming back and you're not smelling like smoke. You got to make sure if you coming in the morning and you getting out your car, you're not smelling like smoke. You got to make sure your breath not smelling like smoke. Again, your fingernails. That holds that cigarette smell or smoke smell on you, your clothes, all that. Yeah, okay, you put cologne on, brush your teeth, pop the gum in, okay. But when you come in from your smoke break, a lot of time that stuff is still on your clothes. You know, again, I don't recommend smoking during work hours. I'm not telling you not to, I just don't recommend it. But if you do, you have to find a way to get that scent off of you, some way, somehow. I don't know how to do it because I don't smoke. So that's why I recommend don't smoke during work hours. Whatever you do before and after work, cool. But even before work, because if you do it before work and coming into work, you still smell like that, you know. But hey, find a way, get that smell off. Ask the other barbers around you. Hey, do I smell like smoke? Because you might not know. You know, because that's what you're accustomed to and used to. So you don't know. You might have to ask. But you don't want that scent on you because, again, other people smell that. A lot of people don't like being around that. A lot of people, it make them nauseous, you know. And again, a lot of people, if they smell a certain smoke scent on you, they may not want to be affiliated with you because of that. You may not like it, but that's how it is. If you want a certain type of clientele group to pay you what you want, you gotta fit that criteria. You got to. So again, hey, for the smokers, I don't know where to get that scent off of you. I don't know how you gonna do it, but you gotta do it. And also, as a barber, keep yourself groomed. Your hair, your beard, groom. Because if you presenting that you're a barber, you're a groomer, and you not groomed yourself, come on, it don't even match, right? You know, I'm not saying you gotta walk around with a fresh cut every day. Well, I take that you kind of do want to, but just line yourself up a little bit. That's it. You at your station already. Get the trimmer, hit yourself up a little bit. You good. Just make sure you're looking presentable and make sure you looking groomed yourself. You know, because if they see you looking nice, they know you're gonna have them looking nice. So that's it. You know. And tip number 3, last tip: how you speak to people. All right, how you speak to people. How you communicate to them. I can't stress how important that is as well. You know, how you speak and communicate with people, again, tells them a lot. I ain't gonna say tells them a lot about you, but it gives them a perception about you. That's the word I want to use, you know. You always want to be informative too. Give them some knowledge on the type of cut that they're getting. If they have any issues that they're having with maybe hair growth or hair loss, thinning areas, how can I make my hair curlier? How can I make my hair wavy? Anything dealing with hair, you gotta have some type of knowledge. You know, or just information to even guide them how to get the knowledge that they're seeking, and know what you're talking about. You know how to recommend things. If they're asking for a certain style, be informative on how, hey, if I do this with your head shape, it might come out like this. But if we want to continue to do it, we can. But I just want to give you the information that I know on if you want to get this particular type of style, cut, or whatever they want, right? I'm letting you know how it can turn out and what we can do better. But if you still want this service, I can give it to you, you know. But again, you just want to be informative in your craft, in the industry, and things like that. Being diverse in different topics with different people. You know, you just can't be able to know how to talk to one specific group of people. You got to be diverse in yourself. You got to be diverse in different topics. You can't talk about the same thing with one client to the next because everybody different. Everybody's interests are different, right? You don't want to just have one type of clientele. Again, if you want to grow your clientele and have more in abundance of clients, you want to have a wider base of different types of people. And with that, you have to be diverse yourself, right? Everybody don't talk or like the same things. So I suggest, I'm gonna give you the cliche, read more books, but just tap in different things, you know, online, social medias. Just tap into different things. Stop looking at, if your algorithm is the same just tap into different interests, right? Just to gain more knowledge so you can be more likable to others. Be more like-minded to others. That's all. Just be diverse. And again, with first-time clients, even first, second, third, right? You kind of want to refrain from cussing. Because again, we don't know these people yet, right? We're trying to get to know them. We're trying to get to know what type of person they are. Trying to get to know their interests and things like that. So you want to refrain from certain things. And cussing is one of them, right? Now, once you build that relationship and you know what type of person they are, you can loosen up a little bit and be more lenient to be more personal, but in the beginning, don't throw yourself at them. You trying to gain information from them, and as you gain in from them, you cycle through your mind on how to give to them, right? Because you can't give the same things to everybody. You got to filter it, right? So again, like certain first time clients and stuff, you want to refrain from cussing, talking reckless. Stay away from sensitive topics, specifically, religion, sex orientation, politics, stuff like that. If they first clients, first couple, first, second, and third, you want to refrain from those things because you don't know them yet. You don't know how certain topics make them feel, and you might say the wrong thing. You might say something. You might have gave them a good haircut. You might have presented yourself well, but you touched on one little sensitive topic that they might not like or agree with, and they could be gone forever because you didn't know. So again, you want to stay away from sensitive topics to first-time clients, and wait until you gain more knowledge about them, and then you can start giving yourself to them, filtering out their likes and dislikes off of what they gave you. So again, those were 3 topics. One was how you dress, your hygiene, and how you talk to people. Those 3 quick tips you can use right now. I'm sure you got some clothes in your closet already that you probably save for the club, save for church, whatever. I know you got some nice clothes. I know you got some clean clothes somewhere. Use those, right? Use what you already have, to set the type of appearance that you want to present to others, right? Again, try to refrain from the flip flops, the sleeveless shirts, the short. In the summertime. Again, some nice shorts, some jeans shorts or some cargo shorts or whatever. I don't do it. I don't suggest it, but it's one of those things with the Crocs, it's an exception to that. But coming up there with a basketball shorts, flip flops, and some cut off shirts, come on, man. We got to do better. And as shop owners, you need to implement those rules. You need to have some type of dress code because it ain't just them that it's affecting your shop too. You the owner, you set the standard. Have a dress code. When it comes to smocks, I wear a smock, but that's just to protect my clothing. And also it just give off the Barber image anyways. So I do suggest wearing smocks to keep your clothing clean because hair get everywhere, right? But other than that, as a shop owner, you need to have some type of dress code. And as a solo barber, you need to have some type of respect for yourself, for your craft, because you are a professional. If you got your license, you're a professional licensed barber. Carry yourself as such. Don't be like the rest of the barbers with no license. Don't be no bootlegger. Don't set yourself apart. Why people want to come to you? You need to ask yourself why people want to come to you. Why people need to stay and stick with you. Why people want to call you your barber. Right? They need to be proud to call you That's my barber right there. That's my barber, right? And again, if you're trying to be a successful barber and grow your clientele, you have to expand your from the group of people you got now that you cut. You want to expand on that, and that means getting a wider, broader range of different type of people, right? And appearance goes a long way. And it's not hard. I'm not telling you get no designer. I'm not telling you come up in there with your J's on, your Nikes looking extra fly. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is have some clean clothes. Clothes that fit. Let's go with sagging. No sagging. Ain't no sagging. If that's what you want to do, if sagging is what you want to do that after work, right? Do that outside of your workspace. But here, in your workspace, again, you're a professional. At least that's what we're striving to be, right? So ain't no sagging. Get some clothes that fit. Have them clean. And we're going to hygiene. Make sure you're smelling good, right? Smelling good, fingernails clean, breath good, have some mints and gums in your station. Make sure your hair and your beard is groomed, is done. And once you do those two things, let's start practicing how we talk to people, on how we communicate, on what we can and can't talk about with certain people. Because hey, I got some people that we talk, right? We talk, but then I got another group of people I gotta talk a different way, right? They don't have nothing with being fake. It's nothing with being not authentic with yourself. It's being well diverse and have a wide, broader mindset to talk to different people. That's all it is. So once you work on those 3 quick little things, you can start to see the increase in your retention rate. I promise you. I promise. Try it. Just try it. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen overnight. Give it 90 days. Try this for 90 days. And again, if you've been paying attention to my other videos, if you have some type of system or software that can track new clients coming in or track your retention rate, look at it, give it 90 days and see how many new people came back to you. Try it out. Try it out. Because those 3 quick little things can set you up for the next thing we're going to talk about later on in this channel, right? But we got to start at the basics first, right? We got to start at the base. But again, it's me, Top Notch Barbers. It was good talking to you today. Hopefully you received something. Hopefully I said something that resonate with you, things like that. So again, like and subscribe to this channel if you want to continue to grow and be a successful barber. I'm out.